What? You want some food? You want some food? Meow meow, huh? Hey, first I'm gonna go give these guys some my meow meow some tuna fish stuff here. This is gonna be another power pack meal that you wouldn't believe. They're right down there. They're waiting. They're waiting. They love this stuff, man. Juice, right? Tuna juice. Tuna juice. And I'm going to show you a couple tricks on this thing, or you could actually freaking make a lot more freaking power out of a tuna fish sandwich. See, here comes Rocky. Right, Rocky? Mr. Treats guy eats this stuff, too. There he goes. Yeah. But, you know, I'm going to take care of Mr. Putin Cat. And, Mr. Goldie. You gonna eat that, buddy? Come on. Come on. I'm going to reach down there. This is my little intro for the freaking film here. There you go. Right? You too. Right? Anyway. Okay, so in order to make this tuna fish sandwich even more souped up, I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar in here. Because you know, like mayonnaise has vinegar in it, right? But it's a crapola kind. So we put some apple cider vinegar in there. And you got to shake this bottle up first before you do this. Because the good stuff gets on the bottom, right? And then, of course, we got our mayonnaise jar, which is, you didn't think they had big ones like this, but they do. I buy bulk, right? Yeah. So you put a lot of that shit in there. And it tastes good, like, you just, when you put the apple cider vinegar in there, this stuff's cheap, man. You could get, like, apple cider, I got the bulk, like a whole pile of those glass bottles. Usually this comes in glass bottles instead of plastic, because glass keeps it better, right? Now, you can put lettuce, but broke spirulina. Now, these are little pills, right? But we mash them up in there. You take that, spirulina, and Chinese chlorella, right? Get a couple of those. Another 3 of them. And here we got pine ryegrasses. This is ryegrass. It's another thing that's got, I don't know what the hell it's got. I forgot. It's like some kind of really good, souped up, powerful nutrition. You know, it's amazing. You probably go in the woods and just get this junk for free, right? Instead of buying pills of it. But when you mash it up, you know, these pills kind of mash up real easy. Actually, I put this junk in the cat food all the time. Because Putin likes, they all do. They like the, you know, the indoor cat formula. They always put green stuff in it. I always put one of these pills in there. Besides the cat vitamins, which is, the cat vitamins are this. But this isn't for the cats, this is for me, okay? I already gave them the juice, right? But you see, when you're making this, with those little ingredients, this stuff, like spirulina, is like super fortified. And it's like cheap, actually, if you buy it bulk, it's probably cheaper than buying any of these pills. But I think you got these on sale like a while ago. There's a whole pile of them I got still. And Chinese chlorella, and this stuff is actually cheap too. This has got a lot of nutrients in it, a lot of things you're not going to get in a plain old vitamin pill. Like, I mean, this stuff has botanicals in it, but it don't have every botanical, you know. And I don't think, you know, when you're making, you see, the other thing is, these pills crush real easy, man. So you don't even know what's in there, you don't even taste it. It's like, make sure you chop those pills up pretty good. Sometimes you can just crush them in your fingers, you know, before you put them in there. Sprinkle it over. That's what I usually do versus this method. But we do this method. Either way, they crush real easy. Because they're not in capsules. They're just like raw pills. Then, you put this in the bread. You see, this is deceptive. Because you got some serious, I don't know, riboflavins in there. I don't know what the hell is in those. That is, let me put it this way. Spirulina and chlorella, Chinese chlorella and its ryegrasses, these digest real super easy. And there's a lot of freaking nutrition in them in a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. It's like super concentrated green foods. It's the best stuff in the world. Big time anti-toxic, antioxidant, and all that kind of stuff. And this stuff you can't beat. I always put this in anything I put mayonnaise on. I always put this in salads. You know, lemon juice too. So, that's a wrap. This sandwich, although it looks and tastes like a regular tuna fish sandwich with a little bit of zang in it for the freaking apple cider vinegar, which I actually like the way it tastes, you got way more powerful nutrition just by adding that, this, and this. And it's like low bucks and low dollars, low whatever, you know, whatever kind of currency you're using, right? Whatever the hell the fiat currency of the world is. It's not much money. And like, you know, how many sandwiches can you make out of 2 pills of this, 2 pills of that, 2 pills of that? That's what I always do. I just mix them in there. Like I said, a tiny amount of something makes a huge difference. You know, I almost compare this as to a tiny amount of oil on a bearing versus having no oil. But that's a bad analogy, but that's my mechanic way of thinking. But a tiny amount of nutrients versus not having the nutrients is a huge difference. And I think there's way more nutritional substance in these things than like if you piled up a lot of lettuce on them. Which I like putting lettuce on here too, but I don't have any right now, so freaking gotta go to the store and get a bunch of that crap. And you know, I usually like taking spinach leaves too, but you know what? Having this on hand, you can store. See, the thing is, you can have this around for years, and it's still nutritious. So you're in a situation where, say, you're making plain tuna fish, you got like survival food or whatever the hell it is, and you got cans of tuna fish, and I'll show you something else. I got a big can over here. See, they got big cans. Like you see this regular can right here? That's the regular can, and they got big daddy can, gargantuan, Godzilla can. So you can get cans like that, and actually when you buy a can like this, it's like less than half the price of these little cans. And if you want to store this stuff a long time, to tell you the truth, if you put apple cider vinegar in this and you refrigerate it, this stuff is so antimicrobial, it's ridiculous. And if you add a little garlic powder to it and all that kind of stuff, actually you can add some garlic powder to this. If you can hang with that, I do that sometimes too. I usually throw everything in the kitchen sink in there, which this is the kitchen sink, but I don't put the kitchen sink in there. But I put like turmeric on everything, rosemary, onion powder, oregano, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, my point is on this, if you got these cans of tuna fish laying around and you're like saying, well, I got tuna fish, keeping vegetables around, fresh vegetables, hang it up, man. They go bad pretty quick unless you're freaking talking like tomato ketchup that's you made yourself or something like that, or they're canned in 30-year cans. But these little things with these pills, you got a lot of nutrition in these little freaking things, and they last for years. So those 3, Spirulina, Chlorella, whatever the hell you say it, Chlorella, and pine ryegrasses. Chop them up. Actually, like I said, they go in my Mr. Meow Meow's food too a lot of times too. I always put them in there. He's getting to be a fuss pot. So, anyway, that's a wrap. And that's just some quick, dirt cheap advice, because you can keep this junk around for a long time. You can keep that junk around a long time if you don't open it up. And these you can keep around forever too. And you got a pretty good balanced meal. And you can keep this junk around a long time. Once you open it up, you got to refrigerate it. But again, if you open up this can, you put this in a plastic container, and you put that stuff in that, and then you put it in the refrigerator, and you put some garlic in there, garlic powder, and you mix it up. And I'll tell you what, this apple cider vinegar with the garlic, it's pretty damn antimicrobial. I don't know how long it'll keep, but it'll keep a hell of a lot longer than just plain tuna fish in a freaking refrigerator. I guarantee you that right now. And it's like super, super healthy, because this stuff kills the bad microbes just like garlic does, and it helps the good bioflora. The bioflora being your immune system. Your bioflora in your gut is 80 to 90% of your immune system. So little things go a long way, and sometimes it's dirt cheap little things go a long way. Nothing fancy. These things are cheap. Actually, this is the cheapest one to get, and actually this thing's pretty damn good. And like I said, you could probably, if you had some pine ryegrasses, like, actually tell you the truth, I think spruce needles are something you probably chop off of the trees and stick them in there and probably work fine too. But that's, you know, I'm not 100% sure about it, but if I actually had to do something real survival, I'd probably get some spruce needles and chop them up and put them in there. And I think that, because they have some nutrients in them too. Anyway, over now.